The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Ahead tonight at 9, a flood of social media posts showing dozens of dangerous dirt bikes whizzing through the DC area this weekend. The growing concern from local leaders as police investigate a possible link to a shooting at the same time.
And a dispute over sauce leads to the murder of a teenage girl. What else we're learning in court after a deadly stabbing on U Street this weekend as DC police prepare to take a new step to curb youth violence.
We know that very little good happens when young people are out at times that are unsafe.
Details on the newly enforced curfew starting Friday.
And 60 years after Dr. Martin Luther King gives his iconic I Have a Dream speech, an iconic DC diner looks back on the historic day.
People from all walks of life, people, all backgrounds, all colors, all ages.
The owner of Ben's Chili Bowl talks to DC News Now. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Ariel Carbone, filling in for Thasmin Mahfouz. Our top story tonight, police in DC and Virginia are looking into dozens of people who were dangerously weaving through traffic on ATVs and dirt bikes this weekend. Police say as many as 200 people drove through DC and Arlington before ending up in Alexandria. Our Daniel Hamburg joins us live in Georgetown, where the group of riders crossed the bridge into Virginia. And Daniel, Alexandria police are now investigating whether some of these riders were involved in a shooting.
Yeah, Marielle, this all happened on Saturday night after weaving through the streets of D.C. Police say they came down M Street across here, across the Key Bridge into Virginia, where they went through Arlington and then Alexandria. In both D.C. and Virginia, riding ATVs on public streets is illegal. This was the scene Saturday night on H Street Northeast as dozens of ATVs and dirt bikes made their way through the district.
I watched them run through traffic, go in the other lane. I saw a couple cars mixed in.
Nathan, who posted this video around 6:30, says he's used to seeing ATVs on the street, but not this many.
I've been down on the street in the past when, they've come through and almost been run over an intersection. And so there's a real frustration that, this is, not legal. Why does this continue to happen? DC
Deputy Mayor for Public Safety and Justice, Lindsay Appiah, says last year DC police started an ATV investigations unit that's confiscated more than 200 ATVs.
We are committed to continuing those type of investigations, and we simply won't allow lawlessness, whether on ATVs or otherwise, in our city.
Arlington police say 50 to 200 ATVs, dirt bikes, motorcycles, and cars entered the county around 7:30 using the Key Bridge. Officers responded and monitored the group, but no citations were issued. Then at 8:05, Alexandria police responded to a shooting on South Patrick Street. Officers learned dozens of people riding dirt bikes, ATVs, motorcycles, and other recreational vehicles were gathered at two neighboring gas stations when people began shooting. Detectives learned a victim was taken to a hospital. It's unclear how some of those on the ATVs are involved. If you have any information about that shooting in Alexandria or just know who the people on these dirt bikes and ATVs are, you're asked to call your local police department. We're live in Northwest. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Well, a fight over sweet and sour sauce led to a 16-year-old girl being stabbed to death in Northwest D.C. Those disturbing new details, according to D.C. police, after the girl's murder suspect, also a 16-year-old girl, appeared in court today. Investigators say Naima Ligon was killed near the McDonald's on 14th and U Streets just after 2 a.m. Sunday. Police say both girls were from Waldorf, Maryland, and were at a party before they headed to U Street. Investigators say they went to McDonald's to get food and then got into a car where the fight over the restaurant sauce started. Police say Ligon died after being stabbed twice. The teenage suspect has been ordered to a youth services center until her hearing. That's on Friday. That's the same day an enhanced youth curfew is being put into place in the district. Coming up in just a few minutes, how D.C. leaders hope this will help curb violence.
In Maryland, indicted Frederick County Sheriff Chuck Jenkins is back on the job 4 months after taking a self-imposed leave of absence. Now, Jenkins and a Maryland firearms dealer are accused of conspiring to illegally buy and rent out machine guns. Jenkins has pleaded not guilty to the federal charges. In a memo today, the sheriff says there is no reason not to return to full duty at this point. Frederick County Executive Jessica Fitzwater calls the decision disappointing.
All right, certainly muggy out there right now. Let's get a first check on the forecast. The chief meteorologist, Janessa Webb.
Yeah, and Janessa, heading our way tomorrow, there could be some rain.
Yeah, we have multiple waves of rain. We have a stalled out front, kind of a disturbance that wants to hang around, and so it's going to allow us to stay on the wet side. Right now, things are actually drying out. We're sitting under overcast skies across the region. Our city looks pretty lovely right now, but we are on the cooler side with our air temperatures. 75 with increasing clouds. But the dew points, they're still up there, upper 60s to lower 70s, so it feels a little tropical out there. And so that has enhanced the flow, really, of our rain for southern Maryland, parts of northern Virginia this afternoon. I think a good chunk of you in western Maryland, you've stayed on the dry side. So at this point, radar currently, it's very slow right now, drying out for most of the region. All of this kind of green dots that you're seeing, normally when we talk about green on the radar, that's precip. That's actually our radar beam, so we call that ground clutter. It's really not moisture. All of us are kind of drying out at this point. We have this front. It has nothing to do with tropical moisture at this time, but that tropical moisture is really going to flow in with multiple storm systems that we are watching. The heavier bulks of rain is really out towards the Richmond area into Charlotte. Right now, let's focus kind of on this easterly flow. Northeast winds of 10 to 15 miles per hour, but dew points, they are up there. We're watching the arrival of this next cold front, and that's going to allow our temperatures to be very fall-like as we go into the middle of this week. We'll take a look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Developing now, Montgomery County police are investigating anti-Semitic graffiti found under a bridge in North Bethesda. Now, according to police, the vandalism, which included a swastika and hateful messaging, was discovered in a pedestrian tunnel off Josiah Henson Parkway last night. Now, when we went out there today, everything had been painted over. Police say no arrests have been made. In a statement, the Jewish Federation of Greater Washington says it's deeply disturbed by the vandalism, adding our community will continue to stand strong and resilient in the face of hatred.
Also developing now at 9, in just a matter of months, Alexandria could implement new policies with the potential of changing the housing system. As we wait for the details, proponents and skeptics are already sounding the alarm. Our Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla reports from Old Town Alexandria.
And we hate it, and I'm going to fight it.
It's a question of change and how much, if any, is right. For this crowd of a couple dozen rallying just outside Alexandria City Hall, it's not about questions, it's about answers they want.
But we are residents, and we have a right to know what it is that our city is proposing, what our policymakers are doing, and we deserve to know the details, and we deserve to know the impacts.
What's in the zoning for housing plan has yet to be released, but the city says potential reforms include expanding housing opportunities in single-family zones.
Single-family homes are not going away. There's nothing evil about that. I do think it's wrong to say that no other type of house, no other type of home can be built on the third of our land.
That's a big selling point for Yimbys of Nova founder Luca Gattoni-Celli, who says this plan would help achieve the city's goal of adding more housing and making it more affordable. But despite both sides agreeing there is a housing issue, it will be a debate on how to solve it. Councilwoman Aaliyah Gaskins is one of 6, plus Mayor Justin Wilson, who will be tasked with doing so.
We're looking at single-family zones. The opportunity before us is to think about how do we enhance options in those areas. I don't know that I know this perfect policy that is the right way to do that, and I think this is an opportunity to think about then how do you make that possible.
There's an information session Tuesday night in the city, and Councilwoman Gaskins says there will be more before the scheduled vote in November. Reporting in Alexandria, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
60 years ago today, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his iconic I Have a Dream speech. It's a moment that sticks in history as a turning point in the civil rights movement. But before the protest came the planning. Now today, I stopped by Ben's Chili Bowl on U Street, a place King frequented often to order a bite and to organize before the first march on Washington. Step inside Ben's Chili Bowl and the walls are marked with history. Pictures, newspaper clippings, and paintings. A record of those who have stopped in for a bite to eat, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
He was here a lot during 1963.
Owner Virginia Alley remembers King fondly.
And he was such a dignified, strong person.
She recalls King telling her about his plans for the first march on Washington.
On one occasion he told me he had met with President Kennedy. And he told President Kennedy that the injustices of black people was just getting out of hand, and he was going to bring a large group of people here to protest those rights.
On August 28, 1963, more than 250,000 people filled the area around the Lincoln Memorial. Alley was one of them.
And it was nothing but a sea of people. People from all walks of life, people from all backgrounds, all colors, all ages.
Afterwards, Allie and her husband Ben came back here to work, feeding the many activists and supporters who turned out.
We left there exhilarated, we left there knowing that change is going to come.
Allie says there has been progress made since that day, now 60 years ago, but she says there's still a long way to go to reach King's dream.
We're not together, and it's so simple to me. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, and I had asked Virginia if she hadn't met King in person, before the march, if she would have still gone down there. And she tells me, of course, that the values and everything that was being stood for was just so important to her. So
very much so. There's so much history there.
It's amazing to see all the pictures.
It really is.
For sure. Yeah.